In the age of sail, Britain's dominance of the seas was unrivaled, and at the heart of this supremacy stood HMS Victory, one of the most formidable warships of the Napoleonic Wars. Known as Britain's wooden walls, ships like Victory were critical in protecting the homeland, disrupting enemy commerce, and safeguarding Allied shipping. This story explores the ship's role, its crew, and its enduring legacy as a symbol of naval power. HMS Victory was a ship of the line, the largest and most sophisticated war machine of its time. Britain maintained around 140 such ships, outnumbering any other nation. However, it was not just the number or design of these ships that gave Britain its edge, but the skill, discipline, and boldness of the men who sailed them. Victory, with its 104 guns, was a floating fortress, capable of delivering devastating broadsides that could punch through 2 feet of solid oak at close range. At the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, HMS Victory carried 820 men, just shy of its full complement of 850. This diverse crew included 15 commissioned officers, 1 admiral, 1 captain, 9 naval lieutenants, and 4 Royal Marine officers. Senior warrant officers, the ship's master, navigation, gunner, armament, boatswain, sails and rigging, carpenters, repairs, purser, provisions, surgeon, medical care, and chaplain, spiritual welfare. 21 midshipmen, young cadets, some as young as 13, training for 6 years in seamanship, navigation, and mathematics to qualify for the lieutenant's exam. 43 clerks, orderlies, and servants, supporting the officers. 69 junior warrant and petty officers, specialists like coxswains, armorers, and sailmakers. 212 able seamen, veteran sailors with extensive experience. 193 ordinary seamen, with at least a year's service. 87 landsmen, new recruits, primarily tasked with manual labor. 142 Royal Marines, soldiers who fought at sea, led amphibious landings, and enforced discipline. 31 ship's boys, often orphans, destined for a life at sea. The crew was organized into larboard and starboard watches, alternating duties, and further divided into divisions led by lieutenants. About 10% of the crew were foreigners, including Americans and Italians, and roughly half were volunteers, with the rest forcibly recruited by press gangs. Life at sea was governed by routine and discipline. The crew was assigned stations for every maneuver. Topmen worked high in the rigging, forecastlemen handled anchors, and waisters hauled ropes. The naval day began at noon, marked by the ship's bell, with watches rotating every 4 hours, except for the shorter dog watches. Hammocks were strung tightly between guns, and meals, often better than civilian fare, included salted meats, ship's biscuits, and fresh provisions when available. Weekly rituals included washing clothes, gunnery practice, and Sunday services, with the Articles of War read monthly to reinforce discipline. Discipline was severe, with flogging for minor offenses like drunkenness and harsher punishments for desertion. Despite this, most captains balanced authority with fairness to maintain morale. The 1797 Spithead Mutiny, a strike for better pay, highlighted the crew's demand for dignity, while the more radical Nowhere Mutiny led to harsh repercussions. HMS Victory's performance depended on the wind. Her best speed, around 10 knots, was achieved sailing 1 or 2 points off her stern. Sailing against the wind required tacking or wearing ship, both demanding precise skill. Anchoring was a complex operation, using heavy cables and multiple anchors to secure the ship. Kedging and warping allowed the crew to move the ship against wind or tide using manpower, showcasing their resilience and ingenuity. In battle, wind direction was critical. A ship to windward held the advantage, choosing when to engage. Before combat, the ship was cleared for action, cabins were dismantled, the galley fire extinguished, and ammunition distributed. The crew manned 104 guns, with the heaviest 32-pounders on the lower gun deck. British gun crews, trained to reload in 90 seconds, were faster and more accurate than their foes. Battles often began with a double-shot broadside, and raking fire targeting the enemy's stern or bow was particularly devastating. Boarding actions, though rare, were brutal, relying on aggression and morale. HMS Victory played a pivotal role in securing Britain's naval dominance during the Napoleonic Wars, contributing to Napoleon's defeat. After the war, she was placed in reserve but narrowly avoided being scrapped. Refitted as a museum ship in 1928, she remains a testament to Britain's maritime heritage. Today, ongoing conservation efforts ensure her survival as a 250-year-old symbol of naval warfare. HMS Victory stands as more than a ship, it is a monument to the courage, discipline, and diversity of the men who sailed her. Visitors to Royal Museum's Greenwich can explore her story alongside other maritime treasures, such as Nelson's Trafalgar uniform. Victory's legacy endures, a reminder of an era when wooden walls and iron men ruled the seas.